Chapter 1, Globalization. This chapter has shown how the world economy is becoming more global and reviewed the main drivers of globalization, arguing that they seem to be thrusting nation-states toward a more tightly integrated global economy. It looks at how the nature of international business is changing in response to the changing global economy, discussed concerns raised by rapid globalization, and reviewed implications of rapid globalization for individual managers. The following points are covered. Over the past 3 decades, we have witnessed the globalization of markets and production. The globalization of markets implies that national markets are merging into one huge marketplace. However, it is important not to push this view too far. The globalization of production implies that firms are basing individual productive activities at the optimal world locations for the particular activities. As a consequence, it is increasingly irrelevant to talk about American products, Japanese products, or German products because these are being replaced by global products. 2 factors seem to underlie the trend toward globalization: declining trade barriers and changes in communication, information, and transportation technologies. Since the end of World War II, barriers to the free flow of goods, services, and capital have been lowered significantly. More than anything else, this has facilitated the trend toward the globalization of production and has enabled firms to view the world as a single market. As a consequence of the globalization of production and markets, in the last decade, world trade has grown faster than world output, foreign direct investment has surged, imports have penetrated more deeply into the world's industrial nations, and competitive pressures have increased in industry after industry. The development of the microprocessor and related developments in communication and information processing technology have helped firms link their worldwide operations into sophisticated information networks. Jet air travel, by shrinking travel time, has also helped link the worldwide operations of international businesses. These changes have enabled firms to achieve tight coordination of their worldwide operations and to view the world as a single market. In the 1960s, the U.S. economy was dominant in the world. U.S. firms accounted for most of the foreign direct investment in the world economy. U.S. firms dominated the list of large multinationals and roughly half the world. The centrally planned economics of the communist world was closed to the Western business. By the 2000s, the U.S. share of world output had been cut in half, with major shares now being accounted for by Western European and Southern Asian economies. The U.S. share of worldwide foreign direct investment had also fallen by about 2/3. U.S. multinationals were now facing competition from a large number of Japanese and European multinationals. In addition, the emergence of many multinationals was noted. One of the most dramatic developments of the past 30 years has been the collapse of communism in Eastern Europe, which has created enormous opportunities for international businesses. In addition, the move toward free market economies in China and Latin America is creating opportunities and threats for Western international businesses. The benefits and costs of the emerging global economy are being hotly debated among business people, economists, and politicians. The debate focuses on the impact of globalization on jobs, wages, the environment, working conditions, national sovereignty, and extreme poverty in the world's poorest nations. Managing an international business is different from managing a domestic business for at least 4 reasons. Countries are different. The range of problems confronted by a manager by an international business is wider, and the problems themselves more complex than those confronted by a manager in a domestic business. Managers in an international business must find ways to work within the limits imposed by government's intervention in the international trade and investment system, and International transactions involve converting money into different currencies.